Good morning and welcome to a regular meeting of a panel of utility commissioners and staff of the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority held today, Wednesday, June 4th, 2025 at 9 a.m. by remote teleconference. My name is Chairman Marissa Gillette and I'm joined virtually today by my colleagues, Commissioners Michael Karen and David Arconti. We have a regular calendar and a consent calendar in front of us today, so we'll turn first to our regular calendar on which there are 5 items. The first is a resolution authorizing settlement in dockets number 210628, 220602, 230602, and 240602. And we will turn to the authority's general counsel, Scott Muska, to present the resolution for the panel's consideration, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. Before you have a resolution authorizing settlement. Over the last 3 or 4 months, the authority has been in settlement negotiations with GenCon LLC, who is the operator of 2 peaking facilities in Connecticut. As you can see, there are 4 pending appeals with the Superior Court at this time, and this settlement would address all 4 of those. These appeals relate to the annual revenue requirement docket that is conducted by the agency. And the GenCon has filed appeals in each of those dockets for the last few years. This settlement would resolve those. A version of the settlement was circulated for you. It is a confidential version at this point, pending finalization of the settlement. But in essence, it resolves the primary claims between the parties in the settlement and hopefully addresses any confusion going forward as well.
Thank you, Attorney Muska. So the resolution is before us. I'll seek a motion.
Madam Chair, I move adoption.
A second.
Thank you. The resolution authorizing settlement has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, I will ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Arconti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette.
Yes, thank you. The resolution has been adopted. The second item on today's regular calendar is docket number 210917, Pura's investigation into medium and heavy duty electric vehicle charging. We have an interim decision for the panel's consideration this morning, and I want to welcome staff Danielle Shalou to present the interim decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Thank you, Chairman Gillette. Good morning, Commissioner Karen and Commissioner Arconti.
Morning.
In motion number 12 in the docket, the Connecticut Green Bank requested that the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority designate it as the program administrator of a fleet advisory services program focused on school bus electrification planning. Further, the Green Bank requested that the authority direct the electric distribution companies to support the successful implementation of a fleet advisory services program by working with the Green Bank to achieve 6 EDC directives. The authority granted this request when it directed the EDCs to coordinate with the Green Bank and its contractor partners to ensure that the fleet advisory services offered by the Green Bank are effective. Subsequently, in motion number 15, the EDCs requested additional process to allow the EDCs and other docket participants to submit record evidence on the EDC directives and a stay of the EDC directives until the issuance of the proposed final decision. The authority granted the EDC's request for additional process and provided an opportunity for the EDCs to report potential impacts and costs associated with implementing the EDC directives. The EDCs report that the directives are already integrated into their operations and practices for handling new load addition requests from customers and developers and are implemented when customers provide the necessary information. The Green Bank provided additional context regarding the need for the EDC directives that demonstrates that they were requesting collaboration beyond the current EDC processes related to new load additions. The information provided by the Green Bank and the EDCs suggests that the EDC directives can largely be accomplished through the EDC's existing processes with only minor adjustments. Therefore, the evidence in the record indicates that implementing the EDC's directives can be accomplished within the EDC's existing resources allocated for interconnection. The Green Bank will cover the cost of fleet advisory services for school bus operators in distressed municipalities at no additional cost to ratepayers. Additionally, the Green Bank states that each directive will help support effective administration of the Fleet Advisory Services Program and that staying the directives could cause a delay in Fleet Advisory Services Program progress. Granting a stay until the issuance of the proposed final decision would jeopardize the Green Bank's availability to use available federal funding to cover costs that would otherwise be borne by ratepayers. As a result, the authority declines to stay the requirement to comply with EDC directives, which are activities consistent with the EDC's current system planning and interconnection functions. The decision includes an order for the Green Bank and the EDCs to submit a joint motion for review and approval with a proposal demonstrating how the Green Bank and the EDCs will coordinate the completion of identified specific tasks necessary for the EDCs to comply with EDC directives 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Staff recommend approval of the interim decision in docket number 210917.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I move adoption.
Second.
Thank you. The interim decision has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, I will ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Arconti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette.
Yes. Thank you. The interim decision has been adopted. The third item on today's regular calendar is a procedural notice in both docket number 220629 REO1 and docket number 250405. I will welcome Staff Attorney Russ Bowman to present the procedural notice for the panel's consideration, please.
Thank you, Chairman Gillette, and good morning. Good morning, Commissioner Karen and Commissioner Arconti. On February 19th, 2025, the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, PURA or Authority, issued a decision in docket number 220629 REO1 that established a Distributed Energy Resource, or DER, interconnection group study process and cost allocation procedure, hereafter the DER interconnection decision. Subsequently, on April 10th, 2025, the Connecticut Light and Power Company, doing business as Eversource Energy, and the United Illuminating Company, jointly the companies, filed a petition in docket number 250405 requesting that the authority issue a series of declaratory rulings concerning the applicability of General Statutes sections 16 TAC 11, 16 TAC 19E, and 16 TAC 244Z to the DER interconnection decision. The petition raises arguments and issues not previously considered in docket number 220629 REO1, including, but not limited to, the applicability of General Statute Section 16 TAC 244Z, subsection E, to the recovery of capital interconnection costs. Therefore, the authority is reopening docket number 220629 REO1 pursuant to General Statute Section 16 TAC 11 and 16 TAC 16 TAC 244Z and Connecticut Agencies Regulations Section 16 TAC 1 TAC 134 et sec. to address these additional considerations and to reconsider the DER interconnection decision. The companies have raised what they characterized as substantial legal concerns with respect to the DER interconnection decision through the petition in docket number 250405. As noted, the authority has determined that the most appropriate method to address these substantial legal concerns is to reopen docket number 220629 REO1 and to reconsider and modify as deemed necessary the DER interconnection decision. Because the authority has ordered the matters raised in the petition set for specified proceedings in accordance with General Statute Section 4 TAC 176 subsection E2, the authority hereby closes docket number 250405 in favor of the reopened docket number 220629 REO1. The previously provided procedural notice memorializes each of these actions and will be cross-filed in both dockets. Authority staff respectfully recommend it for your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I move adoption.
And I would second that.
Thank you. The procedural notice has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, I will ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Arconti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette.
Yes. Thank you. The procedural notice has been adopted and will be cross-posted in both dockets. Thank you. The fourth item on today's regular calendar is docket number 220701 WIO2, the application of Aquarion Water Company of Connecticut for approval of water infrastructure and conservation adjustment projects. We'll turn to Authority Staff Engineer Maria Jewell to present the decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Thank you, Chairman Gillette, and good morning, Chairman and Commissioners Karen and Arconti. Aquarian Water Company of Connecticut filed the Infrastructure Assessment Report, in short IAR, on January 27, 2025, and requested a review of 6 projects in the New Hartford water system located in New Hartford. Aquarian requested the projects to be included in the Aquarian Water Infrastructure and Conservation Adjustment Program, in short WICA program. WICA program is a rate adjustment mechanism designed to accelerate water system infrastructure improvement. The authority implemented the WICA program in 2007. Aquarian acquired the New Hartford water system, and the acquisition was approved by the authority in the decision dated August 9, 2023, docket number 22-09-18, joint application of the Town of New Hartford and Aquarian Water Company of Connecticut for approval of the transfer water and wastewater systems assets. That's transfer decision. Based on the transfer decision, Aquarian was required to submit the IAR application for New Hartford prior to incorporating it into Aquarian Connecticut's WICA program. Aquarian submitted 6 projects. Project numbers 1442 through 1447 for review and approval. The authority reviewed project factors such as main break history, material integrity, pipe age, pipe useful life, critical system impact, water quality issues, capacity, scheduled work coordination, and other factors. The authority reviewed the projects and factors associated with them and finds that Aquarian satisfies the minimum filing requirement for its IAR for the New Hartford. The authority approves 6 projects as WICA-eligible projects. These projects are estimated to cost $2,822,000. Aquarian will incorporate the 6 projects, project numbers 1442 through 1447, into Aquarian's Connecticut WICA program. I recommend this decision to the panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, move adoption.
And I second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, I will ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Arconti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes. Thank you. The decision has been adopted. The 5th item on today's regular meeting is docket number 241016, the application of Diversified Power LLC for a Connecticut Electric Aggregator Certificate of Registration. We'll turn to Authority Staff Attorney Elizabeth Tanaka to present the decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. On October 10th, 2024, Diversified Power submitted an application to the authority requesting an electric aggregator certificate of registration pursuant to General Statute 16-245. The authority initially delegated review of Diversified's application to the Office of Education Outreach and Enforcement. Authority staff subsequently determined that Diversified satisfied the application requirements and recommend granting Diversified a certificate of registration to serve only commercial and industrial markets, subject to the conditions described in the decision. The decision addresses the role of electric aggregators, aggregators agents, suppliers agents, and customers in the energy market, as well as permissible aggregator compensation, procedures for solicitation and communication, and contracts with suppliers. In being granted a certificate of registration, Diversified enters a highly regulated market that requires transparency. Accordingly, Diversified must ensure that it complies with all applicable requirements, including statutes, regulations, and authority decisions, orders, and rulings. The authority sets forth 9 orders in this decision, which include orders that Diversified terminate any contracts that conflict with its roles as a customer agent, create and maintain certain records, and comply with annual filing requirements. The authority also orders each applicant to provide customers with 3 documents discussed in detail in the decision. In short, the documents must disclose the aggregator's compensation, the process used to solicit rates, the proffered rates, and information about any contracted supplier. Authority staff recommend adoption of this decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, move adoption.
I would second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no comments, Mr. Bumpman, please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Conti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette.
Yes, thank you. The decision has been adopted. We'll turn next to our consent calendar, in which there are 6 items, and I'll seek a motion, please.
Madam Chairman, I would move today's consent calendar, items 1 through 6.
Second.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been regularly moved and seconded. Mr. Bumpman, please take the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Commissioner Conti,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette.
Yes, thank you. The consent calendar has been adopted in full. That brings us to the end of today's regular meeting agenda. We will adjourn and reconvene next Wednesday, June 11th at 9 a.m. by remote teleconference. Thank you and have a great